Good morning and welcome to the Voiceover Huddle. It's Motivational Monday. I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent, voiceover coach, voiceover demo producer. And you may have noticed I am in a completely different setting and environment today. I am in my mother in law's basement, not because I'm in trouble or did something wrong, but it's because we are in the process of moving back to Illinois. And we bought a house. We literally bought a house 3 doors down from my daughter and my 3 grandkids and her family. So we're really looking forward to that. But in the meantime, the house is torn apart. I mean, taken apart, all of our stuff, put in boxes. The house is still intact. It's our stuff. It's just, it's everywhere. My studio is now torn down. Mallory and Will, her husband, drove down from Illinois this weekend, picked up my whisper room, loaded up in the back of their Ford F-150, took it back to Illinois. And so I'm set up here. And let this be an encouragement to you. I'm literally it's an unfinished basement. This is what used to be my father-in-law's like work area. I'm set up on a tool bench and I'm surrounded by Automute sound blankets. Check them out, AUDIMUTE, automute.com. Their sound blankets, these acoustically designed sound blankets are fantastic. They do an incredible job of soaking up sound reflections. And I'm amazed at how easily I was able to get a low noise floor and great audio set up here. So, by the way, I see you guys filling up the live stream chat. Love it. If you would take just a second to let me know who you are, just share your name and where you're watching or listening from this morning. We'll do a quick roll call here in just a couple of minutes. But it is Motivational Monday, and I wanted to share a thought with you. This is a quote you've probably all heard, maybe so many times that you've almost just it doesn't really penetrate your consciousness anymore just because you've heard it. It's a quote by Walt Disney, and it's simply this: if you can dream it, you can do it. He built his entire empire on that idea, that simple phrase, if you can dream it, you can do it. And, a lot of you guys, this has been your dream for a long time. For some of you, it's just something that recently inspired you for one reason or another. But as I think back to my childhood, I was dreaming of being behind a microphone, not exactly in this particular setting. Uh, for me, it was always about broadcasting. And, from the time I was a kid, I mean, a little kid, I thought about it all the time. I found myself taking my little sister had this little cassette recorder, and I would go steal her cassette recorder and lock myself in my room, and I would read the newspaper into that and play records and then read another news story and play a record. And, I would dream about working behind a microphone. And it's interesting that when you think about something enough and when it's really a strong desire and you really think about it, it's interesting how the right doors open it's the way reality works is your focus really does determine your destination. And I began to move in that direction. And over time, after taking, as I said, taking the necessary steps, but the right doors opened, and it was hard. It wasn't always easy. And it wasn't even always fun, but it was always the thing I wanted to do. And I look back with, a lot of great memories on that. And then I never even, I didn't even have the dream that I would be in voiceover. The dream was just working behind a microphone, but this was kind of beyond. And so sometimes your dreams can take you even beyond where you go. And I'm grateful to have, parents who really encouraged me. I had a dad who was always encouraging me to think bigger than what I was. And, maybe you have somebody like that in your life. Maybe you don't. If not, let me be that guy and just say, whatever it is you find your heart drawn to, really spend some time. Don't let it frustrate you, but really spend time thinking about it and owning that and enjoying that. And it's amazing when you do the things that can happen. And I'm really glad. And I know a lot of you guys, that's your story. And some of you guys, you're in the middle of that story. But wherever you're at, just remember that the things that we desire, that we want to do, aren't there by accident. It's all part of the grand design. And when you follow that, it can certainly be a lot of work. Usually is a lot of work, but it's always worth it, always rewarding. And really glad you guys are on that path and glad you're here this morning. By the way, before we get to the roll call, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. I've got like over 1,000 videos here, and it's all related to voiceover. And share it with your friends. If you like the videos, please give them a thumbs up and help spread the word and get this information out to as many people as we possibly can. All right, let's see what's up here. What's going on? We've got Tim. How you doing in Altoona, Tim? Corey, good Monday morning. Let's see here. Mark in Albuquerque, good morning. Dan, what's going on in Clarkston, Michigan? Bill in Idaho. Let's see here. Oliver in San Diego. Aaron, how are you doing? Good morning. In Como, Oregon, in the house this morning. Loki's finally able to watch the live video for the first time. Awesome. Good to have you here today. Ralph from Cedar Falls, Iowa, looking forward to doing a little shopping on the website for training. Fantastic. By the way, speaking of training, for those of you guys who are, if you're tired of all the noise and hearing this and that and the other, and you're confused and you're not, you need a plan, and you just need a plan. You need a step-by-step plan. Go to the link in the description below. It's a link to my voiceover blueprint. You'll get all the details there, but that's what I do. I help people build profitable, successful, money-making voiceover careers. So check it out. Aaron, love the bright new booth. Thanks. I'll be back to my dark whisper room next week. But for this week, here I am. And I did. It's, of course, you don't see the whole thing. It's very unfinished. Like I said, I mean, if you look around, I've got, there's the studs in the ceiling are above me. I've taken cushions from chairs and stuffed them in between, just to help knock down some sound waves. But man, it is nice to kind of be in a brighter environment. That's for sure. We got Rusty in the UP, Ralph in Cedar Falls. Mark, got my first voiceover job today. Wow, fantastic. I didn't forget the bell. The bell always travels with me. Let's see here. Ron in South Carolina. Hey, John, good morning. Sandra in Dallas, Fort Worth. Tim, good morning to you in Salt Lake. We've got Sherry in New York, David in Louisville, Mark in North Dakota, Gregory in Dallas, Sebastian in East Sussex, England. All right. Hey, Dave in New York, how are you doing? Julie in Hummelstown, Pennsylvania, Tess in Tequila, Georgia. We've got Wade in Philadelphia, John. What's up this morning, John? We've got Raul in Nepal. Fantastic. Michael in the Netherlands. Sherry, and by the way, that's, we're probably related someplace along the way. Michael, I am a Deweese, after all. Sherry in Amarillo, Texas. Luke in Ankara, Turkey. No, I'm sorry, from Ankara, currently in Ottawa, Canada. And Jorge, great to see you sitting in the new house. Well, it's not my house. It is my mother-in-law's house, but I will be next week. I will be in the new house. By the way, I won't be streaming this Friday because of that. We'll be closing. We'll be moving and then showing up there, we'll be in Illinois on Friday morning. And then I've got a closing first thing. And then next week, I'll be coming to you from the new house. Let's see here. Diane, morning from the Dairyland in Highland, Wisconsin. Theo, good morning and welcome back. Thank you. From the Metro Mobile Motivational Monday booth, careening towards downtown Chicago. Hey, Scotty, right? Radiohead Dreamer here too. Loved it. Brookings, South Dakota. Bradford, good morning, everybody. Brad in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Got my closet booth set up this weekend. Fantastic. Lauren, good morning from Memphis. We got Dr. Bob, good morning. Wally in Maryland. Hey, Robin Loveland. Christine, we actually finally received a few raindrops overnight in the Chicago area. I know you guys needed it desperately. Mallory was telling me just how dry everything, hot and dry. And over this past week, we've had quite a bit of rain here in Cincinnati. So it's really greened things up. We'll bring some of that back with us to Illinois, Chicagoland specifically. Isabel in Ireland. Got her new mic stand and ready to be setting up home booth today. All right, Isabel, congratulations. Steve, good Motivational Monday from Oshkosh. Phil in Tokyo. Paul in Cumberland, Maryland. Lee in Dallas Center, Iowa. Jack in Phoenix. I'm curious to know what's the most you've made in a single year in voiceover, if you don't mind sharing. Yeah, no, $354,000, and that's right before COVID hit. So COVID has knocked me back a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't say a little bit. I mean, it made an impact, significant impact. I mean, not so much that it's affected my ability. We still have a great lifestyle and there's no issues there. But, a lot of people went out of business and now there are new businesses coming back online. Budgets are increasing. And so I'm starting to work my way back up there. Let's see here. Harold says my father was Lee Wilder, National PD Vice President of Plow Broadcasting. He invented country radio in Chicago in 1965. Awesome. Love it. Little radio history, and you're a part of it. Piper, good morning from beautiful British Columbia. Awesome. Hey, Mark, your videos were the driving force to give me the motivation to get into voiceover. All right. Love that. Another UK viewer this morning. Jacqueline, how are you doing? Marcus in Springfield. Michael, never met someone here with your last name, but Deweese sure sounds Dutch. It is, yeah. It's Dutch and it means the orphan. So at some point along the way, I would imagine I had an ancestor who had been orphaned and was given the last name Deweese. So I'd love to know the full story of that. But yeah, my relatives long ago, back like in the late 1500s, early 1600s, came here from the Netherlands. Here meaning the United States. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.